Hey, how's it going? My name is jackiefishhh and welcome back to some more Arena Total War. Now, it's been a couple days since I last went back to Roman Infantry, and I don't think I've played Sulla in the closed beta yet for you guys to see. And Sulla is a really interesting champion. He's extremely strong in certain situations, especially with the heavier Roman infantry such as armored legionaries. He becomes insane, and if you couple him with a Caesar, you end up getting at tier 6, I think, something like 1400 defensive points, which is crazy. This thing right here, so that goes up to 1400 when you fortify and do all of that stuff, which is just crazy. Now, I don't actually have any of his stuff unlocked. I might actually have to convert a little bit of XP. Yeah, we have some on my tier 5 units right there, because these are some really good bonuses. Let's convert a little bit more. Let's go on my Roman cavalry, as I don't really care too much about leveling that up right away, whereas I want Sulla to be pretty decent. Obviously, this is so cheap as well. It's always really important you guys get these, because they offer you some insane buffs. Like for, what, 1,000 experience there, I got 20% extra shield defense. That's crazy. And again, this is really cheap as well, so we'll just pick up all of this. That's an extra 44% shield defense with that. Recharge time isn't super important, so I'm not going to waste my experience on that. But yeah, as I said, we're going to be playing Sulla. He's very much more of a tanky infantry general if you want to go down the infantry route. Pretty much everyone ends up playing him with javelins at the higher ranks, but you can definitely take him out for a spin on the infantry, especially the heavy variants, as I said. So for my consumables as well, just my cosmetic items, which don't do anything besides make my lunar suit cool. I've got pretty much the entire Christmas set on the go, which I just think looks really cool. And I dig it a lot, especially like the helmets as well, because I get questions all the time like, Jackie, why your units look different to mine? And it's just the cosmetic stuff from the closed beta which they gave away, and I really hope they do more of that stuff again in the future. Because it was always really awesome, you know, unlocking these really cool looks to your units, and especially if they don't change anything. I really dig that. And again, I always get a question like, is this game pay to win? What you saw me just do was in no way pay to win. I had to grind all the XP and all the different units myself. But having that gold didn't make me get any more extra XP in that. I basically just shifted it from one unit to another so I could, you know, spend it on kind of the units I want to level up, which is something I really like about this game. As long as, like, the premium units are another thing, but the actual gold conversion is a really nice thing that you can just spend a little bit of money, you know, if like I do, you know, this is my job, so it makes sense to me, and I can kind of just play everything for YouTube videos and then funnel that XP onto an individual unit or something else I really need. As you know, you guys would just get bored of me if I just constantly played Greek cavalry every single video. Saying that though, we haven't really played a Greek cavalry video in a while, so maybe I'll bring you guys another one very soon. So nice. We probably should go over here in the woods, as my ally who is joining me today, Echo, he is playing some tier 4 barbarians. So I should probably, you know, try and stick close to him so we can get some good teamwork on the go. We do have a lot of infantry over here, and one of the downsides of Sulla is that he doesn't have any, like, real good ways to dodge missiles, at least at the lower tiers. When you hit up to, like, armored legionaries, and you're coming up against the same missiles, with Fortify, your shield defense kind of takes the majority of the pain of missiles, and you don't really lose too many men. But at these lower tiers, you are quite vulnerable to archer fire. So again, for those of you who don't know, the Romans rely heavily on shield defense. Shield defense basically blocks incoming damage from the front. Doesn't block it from the sides or the back, but from the front, which makes Romans so strong because they have such a good shield defense. And that's why it makes this Fortify really decent as well. It makes you so tanky because it increases that melee shield defense by so much, basically meaning that it's extremely hard for the enemy to actually even hit you. Now, a unit like Falksmen is my worst nightmare because they ignore shield defense completely. So a unit like Vulcan is something I want to try and avoid like the plague, because I just can't fight them because they ignore my shield. So it basically takes away my main ability on Sulla. We can obviously do damage to them with our peeler and stuff, so we'll try and get some good shots off from there, probably get a little bit closer. And we do outnumber them as well, so we don't necessarily have to rely on that shield if we can avoid it. That was an okay little volley right there. Everyone did shoot off their load. And these guys are tier 5 as well, so we kind of want to avoid them anyway. Probably make our way into the center of the battlefield. Wow, Echo took a huge hit right there from the fire, losing almost half his unit. yeah, Vercingetorix can be so strong with the tier 4 barbarians. And there's elephants. Yeah, we definitely want to stay away from them elephants. Try and avoid them. You know, our pikemen need to be the units to kill the elephants. So we have to, you know, stay away from them for now. And try and get involved over here. Because the elephants are not hard to take down. You can take them down fairly easily. You just have to be very careful not to obviously get in a bad situation. And ideally, I want to try and get up here to protect the missiles. And obviously stay away from that elephant, which it looks like I am doing. So cool, we can form up here now. I could be using my whip as well. It's something I'm not using very effectively. Oh yeah, just come in here and attack them, man. Let's fortify really quickly. And we're coming this side. So right now, you can see right here, I'm getting past a lot of his shield defense because I'm attacking him in the side. This fortify should be holding my front line. I mean, even though Sulla isn't exactly a general to do a lot of damage, he can definitely do a lot. These pikemen need to survive, so let's bring them out. Otherwise, it's going to be very... We can still take out them elephants, but it's going to be much, much harder to achieve it. Okay, you guys can do that. We need to obviously make sure we protect our flank there. And because we got our flanks protected, I can whip constantly. Whip is a really easy ability just to give you a huge advantage in battle. But it obviously it reduces your morale. So you want to be very careful in that. And again, we can engage in this, fortify and whip. You basically want to constantly keep on applying this whip whenever you can. It reduces your morale, obviously. But it gives you such a huge boost to that melee attack. Come on, they're in form combat, but we are beating them back. It's really annoying as well when you get out of sync with your abilities as well. And you can see now I'm taking on four units right now, plus archer fire. And I'm cutting these guys down fairly effectively. Now, I think I'm going to get surrounded very, very soon. There's not really much I can do about it, meaning I'm probably going to have to break off there, fall back with you. Probably break that, yeah, break formation and just try and hold. Now, you can see right here, this is a situation where I can't whip because my morale is going down. I could technically do it, but if I get another flank, I don't want to suddenly lose lots of soldiers. And you can see how quickly I die as a Roman, not having that shield defense, you know, affect me because I'm being surrounded. And you can just see my soldiers slowly getting chopped to pieces. Now, granted, this unit isn't fully upgraded, so we can maybe still, you know, survive a little bit, but I'm happy with the amount of damage we've done as a Sulla. Make sure we constantly 50 lashes, boys, or as I like to say, 69 lashes. Yeah, we're getting pushed back elsewhere. Forces are making their way for it, but yeah, I'm about to be surrounded. I didn't really go over team too much. I should have definitely stuck. I wanted to obviously avoid the Falksman. Falksman would have just ruined me, so we tried to avoid them as best as possible. And unfortunately, the rest of the battlefield did not go in our team's favor. We definitely, like, if we would have had, like, if we would have been with our team right there, I think that battle would have gone much different and much more, like, in our favor. I mean, look at this. We killed these 2 units. They're the same tier as us, you know, and we took on 2 of them. Oh god, I don't know, why did I do that? That's a perfect example of what not to do with Sulla. Because look, I just lost my entire unit for no reason. Luckily, it came back immediately because I got lucky, but still, you definitely want to avoid that. And yeah, Sulla obviously shines when he has support, and right there I didn't have support whatsoever. It just kind of sucks that our pikemen obviously didn't get involved with their elephants, and they just kind of beat us all around the battlefield. I mean, our right flank is looking somewhat okay, but I think the battle is going to go downhill. And it's really like, we could have maybe done a lot of stuff here, but these Falksmen would have just torn me apart. They're a tier above, and they ignore shield armor, which is basically everything I have going for me as a Sulla. So let's just fall back, and yeah, unfortunately we can't take down these elephants because our team is just getting smashed. And again, a lot of people always tell, like, I think there's a big consensus at these lower tiers that these elephants are really, really strong. And I honestly don't think it's the case. Like, in this game, we have ways to deal with the elephants. You can shoot them. We have some tier 5 Germanicus on our team, which do kill elephants. We have pikemen, which annihilate elephants. So, like, again, like, I understand where the community is coming from by saying that it's really ratty that these tier 5 elephants are getting into tier 4 games. But that's kind of what Arena's all about. Arena's about relying on your team. You know, you can't fit every single role in a battlefield, right? You can only do so many things. Someone needs to decap them. You can only do so many things. You can't fill every single role. And as frustrating as it can be, as like Barbarian Infantry or something, or I don't know, low tier Roman Infantry, you're not supposed to be killing elephants. You have to leave that job up to someone else. And if they don't do it, it sucks. But you know, you have to do it. Same with pikemen. Like, as infantry, as Roman infantry, unless you can get around the side of the pikemen, you can't deal with them. But when you don't cry about how OP pikes are, you understand that you can't fight them and you need to leave and allow someone else or set up your team to take them on. So as long as matchmaking is there, I feel like, you know, the elephants aren't a problem because they have counters. Now, granted, I think light artillery doesn't come available until tier 6, but you do have normal artillery as well, which annihilates elephants. It slaughters them. So you can also use elephants as well. So yeah, we'll just queue up straight away, jump back into another battle. I need to get my daily with Sulla as well. Hopefully this one will be a little bit more favourable. Because I do have tier 5 legionaries unlocked, or I think they're called Principes for Germanicus. I just need to get to Sulla to tier 6, and then I'll be lovely. Like, I really want to get Sulla, like, with them armoured legionaries and just go ham, because he's so strong. You can literally just hold a position for a long time. And that's kind of just a huge jump up from tier 4 to tier 5, I feel, as well. Because in, like, tier 4, your units die fairly quickly. However, when you get to, like, the tier 6s, your units can still die quickly, but in the majority of cases, your units will just stay alive, and they'll just have a more of an interesting battle, and you can have a lot more impact on the battle as well itself. Great, so we are going to be on a, hopefully no tier 5s, we've got tier 4s and tier 3s. Seems like a good battle. And again, I kind of feel like this should be the tier limit, in my opinion, for the low tiers. Like, you should have 1, 2, and 3, 4, 3, and 2. But, like, going up to tier 5, I feel like it's just such a disadvantage for tier 4 players. I was just made a massive run about how saying how tier 5 elephants aren't OP in a tier 4 game, which they're not. My point saying this right now is that you shouldn't be able to get into tier 5 games, is like a Germanicus gets vengeance. Which is huge for him. It completely, like, it makes him from being an average commander to being one of the best commanders in the game. And the same, you know, the ultimate ability for your generals is really, really good. And I don't think the elephant ultimate ability on Hannibal is that amazing. It's good, but it's nothing amazing. You know, you can still just run away from him and they still die just as quick. Whereas with that Germanicus, it basically just means he wins every single melee engagement, even against the majority of, spear players as well. Like, spear shield walls melt to Germanicus's vengeance. Obviously, if you're a good spear player, you can counter that and stuff, and, you know, you're still fine. But even still, oh, he wants us to go into there, does he? We can do that if that's what he wants. Wait, are we going into the city? No? Okay, well, I'll just go back then. For a second, I thought we got circled there to go into the city, but I guess not. We have a very, very heavy melee force with some war dogs as well. But we'll just push up here in the center, because ideally I want to be trying to hold choke points, because that's where we are super effective. But yeah, like, I don't know. Like, again, I guess it doesn't really matter, you know, as long as matchmaking's okay and you get enough tier 5s on your team. But again, it kind of does suck, you know, having to play the lower tier in these battles. Well, not so much at like tier 7, 8, and 9 playing the lower tier isn't the end of the world. But, like, playing from tier 4 to tier 5, I feel like it can be pretty gross, because you then have to, there you can actually see me right there, because you then have to obviously not rely on that ultimate ability. Like with Sulla as well, like, his ultimate ability is really, really good. Minus 40% melee attack, you know, he can win a lot of fights that way. And if I come up against someone who has it and I don't, it's just brutal. Obviously, you know, it's my prerogative just to avoid them fights and not get involved in them. But even still, you know, it can kind of suck. So Roman infantry there. Cavalry needs to be very careful. We've nicely managed to take that tower. I'm very, very scared of this push over in the city, if I'm honest. Especially because this player is AFK. And that's something they still haven't really fixed yet. I really hope they do. If a player is AFK for like a good 5 minutes of a match, you should be able to control their units. I'm going to come in here and try and encourage this Germanicus player to engage me. Because I will just slaughter him. Yeah, look, it's just, or at least if he's attacked or something, I don't know. It's just kind of annoying watching an entire, like, player just not be able to do anything. So we're going to try and form up here and encourage this guy to fight me. Oh, there's a lot in the city. If that peelish through her. We can do this. We can block off his units, I think, like so. Obviously go back, don't want to overextend, bring up our other unit as well. And then you guys come in here. Nice, this is a great engagement for me. Besides this little flank that just occurred, we should still be able to whip though, right? How much does whip take it down? 70%? It's close, but we can probably... No, we can't whip now until that flank goes. Hopefully our morale should come back. I don't know how we're still flanked. I'm going to have to go back to base, I think, with this unit. But we should be more than okay just to take this. Fuck it. I think we're okay. 19%. As long as we don't get flanked again, we should be more than okay. I'm going to wait until the whip runs out, though, so we can probably retreat back, maybe, and have a bit more of a secure flank. I know this is not great for us, but let's just keep on going back. Oh, yeah, we're so slow as well. Okay, my bad. But we should also be coming in their flank as well. And obviously, if we keep on whipping there, that should be okay. Like, this is a good fight for me. Really good fight. Nice, and we're no longer... Nice, that little shuffle back was really good for us as well. He's trying to break us. He's trying to split us in two, which is smart. But obviously, if... Oh, yeah, if Echo comes in right now, he could burn all of this. And that whip is coming in huge. Let's make sure we keep on popping it. Our morale isn't an issue right now. Like, this is the perfect engagement for us. And then that fire comes down as well. Like, we'll lose some men here, but they'll lose a lot more. They have a decision to make. Do they retreat back and try and, you know, get out of a fire, or do they push forward? And I think they're choosing to push forward, which basically means they're sitting ducks for me right now. I'm actually going to break my formation there just to fall back a little bit and come in again. The archer fire is a little bit annoying, but obviously we can't do much about that. The fire is still burning them, which is great. And obviously we're coming in more on their side, so you can see what I mean though, how strong Sulla can be from the front. We just need to make sure we get back to our base and we can defend that. We do have archers here as well. Like, I just took on 3 people of the exact same, you know, thing, and this was Germanicus with his heavy infantry charge, and we slaughtered him, you know. Like, if it wasn't for this archer fire, we'd have a lot more people left, and if I wasn't bad at the game, and I could have used my abilities a little bit more effectively. There's a lot of cavalry up there, but we're capping their base really quickly. So I guess it's just our job here to hold off here against the enemy coming in and just try and slow them up as much as possible. Nice, we managed to break these guys, so I'm just going to leave this fight. There's no point in me still being here. Make our way back, try and maybe help out our archers. Get our peeler throw off on the dogs. Get into our formation. And we can kill dogs fairly quickly as Sulla as well. Our shield defense just, you know, reduces their attack pretty nicely. We can whip as well. It's looking really good for us as we come in here. Make sure I need to be whipping around just movement as well. Nice. We are going to claim victory with that cap, which we probably needed right there. I feel like if we didn't get that base cap, we probably would have lost that. So fuck it. Let's jump into one more battle. This will be decided whether this has been a good session on Sulla or a bad one, because I feel like we've only played a couple matches anyway. And this is one of the awesome things as well about having a nice amount of gold is I can just do this. I can play a tier I've already fully upgraded and got everything for, and just convert this experience so I can still have fun on these lower tiers. I like it anyway. And by the way, I'm not sponsored or anything by Wargaming to push gold. This is my general opinion. You know, that is an effective way of just messing around. It is pretty good for like someone like me who plays videos where I'm playing on a tier 4 Sulla with already Roman cavalry and Romans unlocked. So I can go ahead and transfer that experience, and it also, you know, allows me to level up these commanders and basically just optimize the amount of stuff I have on my commanders. So yeah, one more match. Hopefully we can make it a 2-1 victory on Sulla, get his levels up, because I do definitely want to get his levels up and get him to at least tier 5. On Salernum again. Hopefully this one can be just as successful. I might try and stick in the town a bit more, but I think the thing I don't like about the town is that a lot of archers normally go into the town on Salernum, which obviously as a Sulla I can't really handle too well. So I think I might just stick around in the beginning and just do what we did last time, push into the central plaza. Like, honestly, on this map, taking the watchtower is the most important thing. Like, securing this gives you vision of everything around. If you can't see a lot, then it suggests there's a lot more in the town. You can make your way back to the base fairly quickly. As long as you have, like, as long as you have this bit of controlled right here, you can make your way back to the base. You can make your way to the enemy base. You can challenge the city. Like, just having this tower gives you so much information that is really important. And again, if the enemy go hard for the town, then you can kind of crush their forces they've got up here and then completely convert around and retreat back, make the decision whether you need to retreat back and try and defend the town or what. I think it's a really, really effective tool. So I think we'll just go ahead and stick around in the center again. Hopefully that our ally Echo can go and secure the watchtower once more. And we also have artillery as well, so artillery will help cover a position, pushing them off of the watchtower as well. Because again, I kind of feel like the city itself just brings you way too far away from your base. And it also kind of narrows you down into more infantry fighting, so a lot of your units which would be good in open ground can't use their like width to be that effective. And I also feel like that you can easily just get back to your base, so if you do see them making a big city push, then you can just counter it fairly convincingly as well, by just setting maybe a couple units to scout out ahead. I also decided to go with the Drill Sergeant consumable as well on these guys, because Sulla obviously suffers extremely well from being very tanky, and you get some insane melee defense with this. Like, I think it's a really, really good skill. So they've secured that. I'm going to be in vision right now, so I probably want to try and pull back as best I can. We've got a Scipio. So Scipio's not a good character for us either, because Scipio obviously also affects our morale, which is not great for us. Our artillery should be shooting the archers for sure. RT, shoot. Here, if they can. If they're in range, they should definitely be going after that. So they've gone for a pretty good center push. Yeah, so as I was saying, like, Scipio is a pretty nasty champion for me to deal with. I don't know. Yeah, there you go. He's finally shooting over there. Because of the morale debuff, I get... Oh, they've got artillery as well. Oh, let's get out of there. Let's whip out of there. Let's just retreat back. So I might actually just go to the city, honestly. I want to try and avoid that RT as best as I can. Luckily, it's not going to be shooting me, I don't think. And that's one of the really good things about having that watchtower, is if you have the watchtower, then you can just, you know, just have your artillery rain hell down on all of these guys. Probably actually going to make my way into the central part of this map. They are building up stakes and stuff. Now, this is probably going to be painful because I'm probably getting shot to pieces, but screw it. I'm not one just to sit around. Probably going to go into the city and help kill these archers. I mean, obviously help fight with these guys as well. Make sure we constantly keep whipping. These guys are annoying, but I don't think I can really fight the tier 4s. I'd much rather try and kill these archers. And help out this infantry. If I can. Okay, if these spears want to come out, then I'm more than happy to deal with that. Okay, our archers have got that under control, which is great. We're about to come in as well and help out. We'll come in from the flank if we can. Okay, these guys have got fighting with shade, so I don't want to throw my peeler at them. We definitely want to come in here if we can. Try and left flank them, but I also want to obviously make sure that they don't hurt me there. Okay, we're just going to keep on falling back there. Don't want to overextend. Now we come in here. Try and outflank these guys, help out. Oh, their artillery, man, is just so brutal. But there's nothing we can really do about it. I can't really fight. That's a shame right there that they got outflanked. I guess I'm just going to try and push on this fight and try and resupply my men. I guess one of the things you can try and do is spread out your soldiers as best as you can. 50 lashes indeed. Sulla is a slave driver. And I guess we can also pop our fortify as well. Got the artillery, man. Oh, it's just so brutal. This is why artillery needs to be nerfed. It's just so dumb. Like, I've lost like a good portion of my soldiers straight off the bat for like no reason, really. Need to be careful not to stay in that fire. Okay, more spears coming in. Tier 3 spears don't really scare me too much. And we'll let them continue to burn them there. Come in there. Try and wrap these guys if we can. And then it's just dealing with these Romans as well. I mean, Vercingetorix is one of the strongest dudes to actually take out. God, yeah, well, they're formed hoplite, but if we just fortify, it's probably not good to fortify against the phalanx, right? Because it makes us really, really slow. So you probably want to avoid fortifying against the phalanx. I would guess. Yeah, let's unfortify and let's make ourselves really thin and get around the flanks. Because obviously, let's do that. Obviously, as Rome, you want to try to get out of our fortify and get around the flanks of all of the phalanxes. You know, that's the easy way to beat them. Unfortunately, we did actually rout there. We can now come in here. You guys can fortify. Hopefully, yeah, we can get a nice surround off here. We're going to be sitting ducks for the artillery, though. Which we need to try and kill. But I'm just holding them in place, allowing Echo to come in and try and do his business right there. How's everything else looking around the map? Archers is clearing them out. They've just got probably a pretty fortified position up here with their artillery. Is going to be our biggest issue. which we need to try and sort. We also need to be very careful because there's stakes, so there's chances are there's going to be more stakes sitting around. Okay, let's go, boys. And with Sulla as well, you always want to try and keep your commander as alive as possible, because when you lose that morale debuff for losing your commander, that's going to, you know, affect whether or not you can do your whips or not. Because again, this is such a short cooldown. It lasts for 8 seconds and its cooldown is 16, and I think you can get that reduced as well. And look at that, it gives you 44% melee attack and weapon penetration as well. Like, that's huge. Especially if you debuff the enemy as well by 40%, you're going to cut through enemies like really, really quickly. Oh, so there's pikemen, but we can burn them out, right? And we have archer support as well. So we've actually got a really good team right here to take out their artillery positions. We can also just go and cap, but I want to kind of see these guys taken care of. They also have archers of their own, which makes life so much harder, but we'll throw some peeler off again. Yeah, so our archers should be able to kill these guys now, even if they're just shooting the artillery as well. That guy also said GG to me, so I'll say GG back, my dude. And I'll come in and just kill this artillery piece, so you guys go there. Let's just get close enough so we can throw our peeler. I guess you guys just come in here. We can kill their archers pretty nicely. Yeah, this is what I'm saying. This is one of the real big strengths of a Vercingetorix right now. You can just take out these defensive positions and they have to kind of leave, right? If they stick around, they're going to burn to death. If they don't, then, you know, we just continue to do so much damage. And Sulla can just go ham right now. Bring in the rest of our units. We have another unit here we can bring up as well. So I'm going to be getting surrounded here. Obviously, I don't want to whip, but you guys can whip because you are not as surrounded. Just killing these archers. God damn. And the missile debuff as well from Scorched Earth is huge when getting through defensive positions. It's so good. I think that's something that's not utilized as much on Vercingetorix. Scorched Earth can just ruin them if you're playing correctly in a team. We're getting shot by a lot of missiles right now. Not really much we can do. I'm actually going to pull out there. So make you need to kill them archers. You just stay there and whip your way to victory. And I guess I'm just going to go and help cap. Oh wait, there's still spikes left, damn. I thought these were all destroyed by the fire. Because fire also removes defensive positions as well, which is really interesting. So you guys just go over there now and finish that off. Wait, oh my god, that secure guy just killed one of my dudes. Yeah, take him out, dude. Nice. And everyone else is making their way. And sorry, these battles haven't been too cinematic either. I apologize. I've been quite tryharding, I'm not going to lie. There is also a unit. Is it this unit I'm talking about? Is it this unit with Rome? No, this is an Arminius Barbarian Archer. There's a Barbarian Archer unit you can get for Rome, which I might try and take out on Caesar or Sulla and just see what we can get done with them. Let's turn around there. Nice. So we got a pretty good score. Almost 3,000 aggression in Caesar on a tier 4 game. On Sulla, sorry. That's good. I'll take that all day long. And we'll just come in with the last couple base caps and secure victory there. So 2 victories to 1 loss. I'll take that, you know. It could have been that first game could have been a win, but I think some games you're just not supposed to, you know, it's very hard for you to come out on top. And all you can do is play your best, and if you lose, you just move on to the next one. So let's convert that experience over once again. I don't think there's anything else I need to upgrade on Sulla, if I'm not mistaken, besides that cooldown reduction, which I haven't really run into an issue, so I'm probably not going to pick it up. But yeah, getting back what, that's another 24%, so that pushes you up to 170%. No, yeah, 170%. You get more melee attack here. The more movement speed is kind of a bit blurred, but I guess it allows you to move around quite nicely. Well, that's an extra 6%, so an extra 12%. I mean, you're still pretty much immovable. The extra morale is kind of nice as well. But I think the biggest thing is getting that oh my god, that's 24% armor piercing at tier 9. That's crazy good. That is really, really good. And obviously the buffs down here as well, reducing the enemy's impact. So you can basically, you're just a brick wall at tier 10 with like the heavy armored legionaries, which are these guys. Yeah, when you get the Imperial Guard, you're basically just like a brick wall. Yeah, you have so much. And you also have other formations as well. You can pop with the brace, which gives you charge deflect. No one's getting through your formation basically at tier 10 with a Sulla. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to drop a like and a comment down below, and I'll see you guys in the next one.